Fly healthy.
Caitlin is on line 2 looking for a second date update with Andrew. Hi, Caitlin.
Hi, guys.
What happened with Andrew?
So this is kind of embarrassing, but here's what's happening. I met him on Tinder, and he was all the things that a girl like me is looking for. You know, he has a job, a house, a car, and he has a dog. He's friendly, and he's easy to talk to. I mean, attractive, and, you know, he spoke highly of his mom and his sisters, and he loves spending time with his family, his niece and nephews, you know, like all good things, right? So he picked me up and took me to dinner, and he turned off the radio so that we could talk because he wanted to hear what I had to say and pay complete attention. He didn't want to, like, be distracted from the conversation. Yeah, and I've never had a guy seem to want to listen to me so much. So, yeah. So
it can be shocking to the system if you're not used to that, because then all of a sudden you realize they're hearing every word that you're saying, and then all of a sudden you become really self-conscious about everything you're saying.
Yeah, if Kristen tries to talk to me, I have to make sure the TV is muted or off because I find it distracting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, so dinner was great, and we went to La Piñata, and we had a few margaritas and talked about all sorts of things, and he seemed really interested in me, so, you know, I really thought that we had something going, and, you know, I was flirting enough that he had to know I was interested, so, you know, there was zero doubt. So when he took me home, he came in for a few minutes, and nothing crazy happened. We just talked for a little while. Then he said he needed to get going and gave me a hug, so I thanked him for a really nice night. He thanked me back, and poof, he was gone, and that was it. I didn't pick up on anything weird or that was off, so I didn't do anything too dumb, I don't think. I just really don't know. So I'm looking forward to see if you guys can help me figure this one out.
Did everything change when it got to your place?
It seemed normal. I didn't pick up on anything weird.
So you don't have like some extensive creepy doll collection or something?
No, and I've like heard some of your calls before, and I mean, I didn't like stick my foot in somebody's mouth or like, you know, like do any like weird things. I really didn't do anything weird or crazy.
Right.
Because I would know that's the reason he hasn't talked to me.
Yeah. So were you kind of letting him take the lead all night long? In other words, did you ask him just flat out, hey, let's do this again?
Yeah, I kind of like had him take the lead, and I was just kind of shocked by how fast he like left. I didn't have a chance to ask, but I did text him, and I haven't gotten anything back.
Did your big giant dog jump up on him or try to eat him?
No, nothing.
I'm intrigued by the
sort.
hug and go, though. Like, after they just hung out that long back at her house, it's like a hug and go. That's kind of,
You got like a sword collection or
numchucks.
A ferret.
yeah, ferrets. That, you know, people who have ferrets don't realize their house smells like.
I got rid of the swords in 2010.
Too funny.
You don't have a rotting dead body in your closet?
Yeah.
No,
Emitting any others?
none of that stuff.
Well, now we're stumped.
Yep. Gotta call him now.
Right. We've been doing this a long time, Caitlin. We got to ask these things. Then if you can't think of anything that might have sent him running, of course, it could have nothing to do with you. We're going to try to get to the bottom of it and get an explanation. Hopefully a second date. A second date update continues next with Jeff and Jen here at Cincinnati's Q102. Hang on. Caitlin met Andrew on Tinder. And what's great about Andrew is he's got a job and a car.
Yeah.
Both. And a dog.
And he's a nice guy.
Did you say he had a house, too?
Yes, he's got a house.
Oh, he's a homeowner. I missed that
Wow.
part. Okay. And he's a family guy, loves his mom, great sense of humor, easy to talk to. So when they went to the restaurant, he picked her up and then he took her home. And he did come in, but nothing really happened other than a hug. He didn't hang out that long.
Were you wanting something to happen when you brought him into the house, or were you thinking something might? Or
I mean, I was open to all possibilities. I wasn't going to say no to anything.
Okay.
Right. You ready to call him?
Yes.
Hello?
Hi, is this Andrew?
Yes, this is Andrew. Who's this?
Hey, Andrew, it's Jeff and Jen at Q102. How are you this morning?
What is going on here? What is this about?
You got a few minutes?
Did I win something?
Tell you what, if all goes well, we're going to send you to dinner. How's that? How does that sound?
Okay, all right. What's going on?
We got a phone call from your friend Caitlin, the girl you met on Tinder.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She said you were quite
All
the
right.
gentleman, very nice.
So these things are real. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We ain't
I
messing
always
around.
thought they were fake.
Nope, not today. Caitlin sounds really nice. Did you not think
No, she is nice. She is nice. I enjoyed spending time with her. You know, and I was thinking about her recently about maybe having another date with her. But truthfully, when I walked into her house, I mean, it was nice enough. Nothing. It wasn't like she's not like messy or anything like that. Like she has a clean house, but it was just like a lot of stuff everywhere. She's, I guess one of those people who just has to have stuff in every corner, just lots of shelves and knickknacks, and it just looks like a dusting nightmare with like tons of pillows on the couch and stuff, and a lot of stuff on the wall, and just lots of stuff everywhere. And again, like she was not dirty. She was a very clean person. It was just like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot for me. It was
Isn't people's taste interesting? Because I know people who barely have anything on their walls. All of their walls are white. They have all this open floor space, barely anything anywhere. And for them, that is fully decorated.
It's me.
And then
You know me.
and then you have people that it feels like every inch of wall space has to have something hanging
Yes.
on it.
Yeah.
And there are shelves everywhere, and every inch of the shelf needs to have
It gives me
something
anxiety when I go to
on
people's
it.
homes.
But it's kind of like how people see the world.
Yeah.
Like some people step back and they see a whole picture of the whole room. And those tend to be the people that don't have a lot of stuff. Whereas there are other people who see things, they see this little corner and they see this little corner, and they don't really step back and see the whole room as being really busy because they're so focused on all of these tiny little different areas that need to have stuff in them. And I've lived both ways.
Yeah.
I can be comfortable in either situation, but I have to be very, very self-aware because in my new house, I was trying not to accumulate and not to have stuff. In every little corner, but I still catch myself going, God, that little area over there looks very bare.
It looks bare, yeah.
It needs something.
And then boom, there's a cat.
So now I have accessories and decor that moves.
Caitlin,
Hi.
do you have a lot of stuff?
I do have a lot of stuff, but I want to make it perfectly crystal clear that I am not a hoarder. My house is not dirty. I just like to surround myself with things that make me happy, so I have a lot of things. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I imagine it's because he said your house is really nice. So I imagine you have a lot of stuff, but it's probably well organized and everything kind of has
Yeah,
its
it's not
place, even though
crazy.
there's a lot of stuff.
It's not crazy. I definitely had a Pinterest board before I decorated.
Yeah.
And that's hard too. When you look around a lot or shop a lot, you can see a lot of things that you like and you believe that you have a space for them.
No, that's funny.
And I also firmly believe in the Marie Kondo method. I do definitely get rid of stuff when it does not bring me joy.
That's good.
That is
You
good.
do?
You just have a lot of things
That's
that bring
a lot
you
of
joy.
stuff. But I have a friend that has a wall, and like every inch of that wall from the top almost to about, I don't know, 3 feet up off the bottom has something on it. Whether it's like a hanging, like some kind of plant thing, and then they have the tile pictures, and then they have a sign that says like family, and then they have and I'm like, it gives me anxiety just looking at the wall. It's a lot of stuff.
You want anxiety. My mother was a hoarder, which is no secret. We talked about that. But I think it might be something that runs in the family that hasn't necessarily been passed on to me because I'm sort of the opposite, which is a reaction to my childhood growing up. My aunt wasn't a hoarder, but has a lot of stuff. And it sounds like the way Andrew's describing Caitlin's place.
Yes. Yeah.
Where every available space is, it's all organized.
It's just a lot.
It's very pretty. It's very
Yeah.
nice. But when you step back, there's a lot going on in
And
there.
I mean, if you grow up in a house that looks that way and that's just kind of what you're used to, it's very easy when you become an adult to not notice when your house is starting to look that same way.
Yep.
So, Andrew, is this a deal breaker for you?
Yeah, I mean, and again, her house is not dirty. 100% agreed. You know, I just can't live like that. I mean, it feels like a really stressful environment to me. And same, it's probably a childhood issue for me too. You know, my mom was like her and had stuff all over the place. And you know, when I went off to college, I took as little stuff as I could, and I lived with the bare minimum, and I liked it. You know, I felt like I could breathe. And every time I go to my mom's or my sister, it just feels overwhelming. It feels claustrophobic. And listen, and I love my mom and my sister,
right.
You know. It's just, I can't live like that.
I know the feeling, brother. I'm the same way.
And so I thought, man, if she walked into my place, she'd want to just start filling up my walls and adding, you know, things. And then I thought, no, this is going to, my blood pressure is like going through the roof. I just can't. You know?
Yeah, I get it. Okay. I'm sorry, Caitlin. I would much rather it be that than something about you personally. And who knows? Maybe this is the kind of thing you take personally.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me feel better. I just kind of wish she had said that before instead of like me having to call you guys, because it seems like a simple issue of not being compatible versus like that I did something weird.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both for coming on Second Date Update.
All right, well, thank you for having me.
so much.
And best of luck to you both.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Thank you.
I remember when I got hired to work for a radio station in Sacramento, California. I was living in Portland, Maine, and the program director said, "Look, I want to hire you, but I don't have money to move you out there." And I was like, "Dude, everything I own, I can just shove in my car. If you could just spot me some gas money, that would be great." And so he legit sent me a $500 check to cover my gas, which was way more than I really needed. Yeah. And when I left, so my next job after that was in New York. So I had to move back across country again. Had the same amount of stuff. I could load it all in one car. Didn't even need a mover. Nope.
When I went to Florida, believe it or not, I went down with just a carload of stuff.
Yeah.
That's it. Back then, that's all I
don't
owned.
believe that
I know.
for a second.
Well, I was only 9 months out of college, so I didn't have much crap.
Do you guys credit radio with keeping yourself minimalists? I know, like, when you got to pack up and move, so often in the early part of at least my career, it was like, I don't want to move this crap again. I'm just going to keep fine-tuning it, even though I do have some collectible tendencies.
I actually chose radio in part so I could be a minimalist. I remember the WKRP in Cincinnati jingle. You remember? Town to town.
Up and down the dial.
Exactly. And that whole idea of zigzagging around the country, you know, do a year here, do 6 months here, making friends along the way, and the opportunity to experience different parts of the country appealed to me. Mm-hmm. And so I always kind of had one foot out the door, never quite closed the suitcase, not because I wanted to run away, but I just wanted a new experience. I wanted to see that next city I had never been to. The next town.
The next adventure.
Place.
Yeah. But hopefully things will work out here in Cincinnati where we can kind of unpack and stay a while.
Yeah.
If all goes well.
If all goes well.
Fingers crossed. We'll see. In the meantime, if we can do a second date update for you, shoot us an email, Jeff and Jen at WKRQ.com.
Thanks for listening to the Q102 Jeff and Jen Morning Show podcast, brought to you by CVG Airport. Fly healthy through CVG. For more information, go to CVG Airport /fly healthy.
Throughout history, electricity has inspired some pretty incredible inventions, like smartphones and those little robot vacuums people name like pets. But of all the great things, nothing compares to the Hyundai Ioniq 5. 100% electric, AR heads-up display, pixel-inspired light clusters. Introducing the first